Claudia Thompson.
And I'm Judy Cassidy. We're with the Amvets post-2006 Auxillary, Leesburg, Florida. And we are proud to sponsor this episode of Central Florida Salute.
Central Florida Salute YouTube. I'm here once again, as always, at the Eagles Okahumpka, Area 4273. And I have two ladies with me from the Amvets Post 2006. Amvets Post 2006 is a very big sponsor of Central Florida Salute. The veterans have given us a nice donation, and now the ladies have stepped up a little bit. And I figured, why not find out what do the ladies do there besides get in trouble? Well, so I have the pleasure of having you're the president of the area.
Yes.
I mean the
Auxillary. Yes.
Auxillary.
Judy Cassidy.
Judy Cassidy and
this
Claudia.
Is my first vice, Claudia Thompson.
And you're also state.
Yeah, I'm department rep for the Florida National Cemetery in Bushnell.
Okay.
And she was a prior sergeant of arms for the Department of Florida.
I can believe that. Yeah.
Yeah. She kept everybody in line.
Yeah.
If you believe that one.
Anyway, so tell us a little bit about yourself. Now, you became a member because of your husband.
Right. My husband was 28 years Army, and my dad was a Navy CB during World War II. He's 97, alive, well, living alone. And I have a brother and sister-in-law that did 20-year careers in the Air Force. And my nephew is a fighter jet pilot in the Air Force.
Wow. Well, have them come down here and we'll do a show.
Okay, we'll try.
Claudia, and you, my dear.
Yes, sir. In 2006, I was asked by some friends of ours that got ready to start the Amvets Post if I would join. And the process, when they first asked me, my father had just passed away, so they gave me some time and everything. And then I thought about it during the summer. They asked me again, and I said, yeah, I would love to join because it'd be something I can give back to honor my father and all the men and women who have served and who are still serving, show them that there are other people out there that do appreciate the veterans.
Oh, there are. Yeah. That's for sure.
He served 20 years in the Army.
Good. And I know the Post does a lot with the sons also, but tell us about the Auxillary. What do you guys do? And what does it take to be a member of the Auxillary? And I guess you're looking for more members.
Always looking for more members, more volunteers. I will let Claudia tell us about membership because she is the first vice. She's in charge of membership. And you can tell them what the qualifications are, Claudia?
Yeah. Qualification is you had to have a mother, father, or grandparent that was in the service, brother, sister, in the service, or a spouse in the service. Okay, and it can't be a significant other, it has to be a spouse. If it's a stepfather, the stepfather you had to be under 18 for the stepfather or mother that had raised you to be eligible to join. We need to just see the copy of a DD 214, like I said, see. After we see it, we give it back to you because we cannot keep it on premise because of classified stuff on there. And privacy, laws and stuff like that.
And how much is it to join, Claudia?
Right now, to join for annual members, $35. If you want to become a lifetime member, it's $375 to be a lifetime member. And we have a few of them who are lifetime members. There's about 35, between 35 to 40 members.
And how many members do we have currently?
About 353.
Excellent.
Right now.
Are you taking over my show?
No.
Huh? This is my job.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just making her comfortable.
I think Claudia's comfortable. We know each other very well.
Yes, sir, we do, sir.
Yeah.
And I know you don't like me to call you sir.
I know. But you do it anyway.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So tell me about you, Judy. what do you ladies do? I know you have certain fundraisers, but what do you do like during the week? What are your normal fundraisers? And then what do you do? I know we send stuff over to the troops.
Right. We send about 6 to 8 boxes over to the troops that are deployed overseas. We do that every single month, 12 months a year. We send to Syria, Africa, Egypt, Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan. Yes, we're still in all those places. We are actually in any place we've ever gone to help out. We also ship now and then to Korea, Japan, the Philippine Islands. And what we do is we sponsor a group through the Adopt a Soldier program, and we get their names. These are people that have signed up to get our boxes. But we also ship to family members of the Amvets or friends that we know that have a son or daughter deployed. And we will ship to them. And we try to send mostly things that they don't get. Snack food is a big thing. Coffee is a big thing. Candy, licorice, anything non-chocolate because we don't want it to melt. And then they always need toiletries. The girls, of course, need the feminine hygiene products. And we also ship them like birthday cards, Valentine cards, St. Patrick's Day cards, Easter cards, blank cards. And that is so that the soldiers over there can send those cards back to their loved ones. So we do a lot of birthday cards, anniversary cards, that type of thing. People get them in the mail all the time. They don't know what to do with them. So rather than throw them away, they'll bring them down to the post and donate them, and then we ship them to the troops.
And why don't you tell everybody where is the post?
The post is located at 500 North Canal Street in Leesburg, Florida, and they are open from 11 a.m. every morning until about 10 p.m. at night. And just inside the front door, you can ring the bell and they'll let you in, is a box under the table there where you sign in as a guest. And that box gets emptied out basically on a daily, weekly basis whenever it's full. And we use like Bob drops us off bubble gum from one of his neighbors at the plantation, and we use that for packing peanuts because we don't want to ship any air in these boxes. It costs us $21 a box, and we have to use a U.S. Postal Service box. It's called a large box, and I'll tell you, over the years, I've been doing this with the Amvets for 15 years. The box has shrunk. It's still the large box, but it's gone from like, this high. I say like 12 by 12 by 12. Yeah, and now it's like 12 by 6 by 8. So yeah, it has shrunk considerably. But so we try to cram as much in there as we can. I travel a lot, stay at hotels, so we ship like the toiletries from hotels. I save the coffee packets from the hotels. We put them in Ziploc bags so that they don't leak during shipping. We send both full-size and travel size toiletries over. And snacks are always a big thing. Sometimes we get requests for blankets or sheets, or sometimes they've requested like USB plugs and different things, batteries. The only thing that we currently can't ship is hand sanitizer because there's alcohol in it, but we can ship wipes. And so, we don't mix the snacks with the toiletries. We do 2 separate boxes because otherwise the snacks can taste like soap or shampoo.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. How do you know where to send these things? Do they contact you, or you contact somebody? Where do you get the addresses?
Through the Adopt a Soldier program, we get a list of like 8 soldiers.
On the computer?
On the computer, yep. And we get a list of soldiers who have signed up to get it. And so we ship to them, and then we ship to family members of the Amvets who have, like I shipped to my nephew when he was deployed to London. I've shipped to my other nephew when he was deployed actually to Afghanistan. He was Army. We shipped to another group in Texas because they had the war dogs. And so we found out that the war dogs needed toys and blankets. And so I got together with a couple of groups in Leesburg. One of them was the Daughters of the American Revolution. They made us, I believe, blankets, and there was a group that knitted scarves and helmet liners. And so, you know, depending on the time of year, we ship those type of things. There's another couple in Leesburg, Betty and Carl, and they sew up ditty bags. And it's just a small little bag, and what we do with that is we fill it with toiletries or we fill it with snacks, because you have to remember all these soldiers have is basically the uniform on their back. They don't have anything else, and a lot of them are going...
And some of them overseas, they just can't go down to, you know, the dollar
there are no 7-Elevens.
store,
No.
7-Eleven.
No, they're in. A lot of them are in forward operating bases outside of the main places where they've landed, and they go out in groups of like 20 or 24 men in a unit, and you know they're going house to house looking for Taliban and looking for terrorists, and so.
So Claudia, tell me some of the charities that you guys sponsor. You have a list of different ones you'd help out?
Well, yeah, we do the Pause with a Cause. That's one of the number one we do. The St. Jude, Hospice, local around here too. The Heart Fund. We help out with the kids at the school, charity for them, and the Haven. Also during Christmas time and Thanksgiving, we do a basket up for the family, for the needy. Both actually, the regular community and the soldiers. We also help out a local restaurant here in town, the HP Grill. They help out with the veterans, of the homeless veterans and all that stuff also. So we help donate to them also.
Good. You ladies keep busy.
We try our best, sir.
Yeah, I know you have. I know your fundraiser you have is buying a purse. The purse
Right,
auction.
we have a purse auction once a year, and that's the first Saturday in November. And that's one of our bigger events. And we actually divide that between all 5 charities, the St. Jude's, the Child Welfare,
tell them about
Community
the
Service.
purse program.
The purse program is we look for donations to put in the purses. So we go to the local car dealerships and we get car washes and automotive things. Harley Gator will give us like a bike detailing. The restaurants in Leesburg are just wonderful. Two Old Hags, Chicago Fire, the Warehouse, the Ramshackle Cafe. They give us gift certificates to eat at their establishments. And we just take all the donations that we get, we put them in white envelopes, and then we get those purses that are gently used, and those get donated also. And we just stuff them full of goodies, and then usually we have some Amvets members that'll donate like cash or pull tabs, and so we have purses that have all kinds of stuff in them.
Yeah, and nobody knows what's in it, so you just bid on the purse,
Right.
and you could
Yeah.
be lucky, and
Yeah,
you never
we have
know.
an auctioneer come down, and we have live music on that day, the afternoon. The other fundraisers that we do is on the first and third Thursdays of the month, we do a card game called Show Me the Money, and there's always food available, either chili or hot dogs or some kind of a casserole of some sort that you can buy very reasonably. And then we also do the first and third Saturday night dinners as a fundraiser. We do 50-50s when we get the opportunity. And every now and then we do a bottle raffle or a gift basket raffle.
And a bake sale.
And a bake sale. We do the bake sale once a month.
Yeah, and you have entertainment,
Yes.
and you
Yeah.
have karaoke with my
Yeah.
man Ronnie Mack.
Yeah. Amvets has karaoke every Sunday afternoon with Ronnie Mack. And they have chicken wings. I believe it's still, 2 to 7
Yes.
is the wings, yeah.
So Claudia, you have lunches too, right? You still have lunches?
Yes, it's from, what I understand, from 12 to 2. So they do lunches Monday through Friday. Saturday they do the sliders, and I think that's from 12 to 2. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Saturday Slider. Isn't that done by the Sons?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And they been doing that for quite some time, and it helps. And they help out when it's time for donations to stuff. Everybody gets together and helps out if need a little bit more money. They will be willing to help give us some money, and to the vets also, because that's what we're here for, to support our veterans in our community.
Didn't the Sons do something about the scooters or something?
Yeah, they do the scooters still. We had one of our Amvets got a scooter a couple months ago, and he's enjoying it. And he was very blessed, and he was very surprised because he wasn't expecting it. And that's
Around
what
the
they do.
post, we say, if you want it done, ask a son, because they get done as much as the ladies do. They're just all about the veterans and all about supporting the post and just doing whatever they can to help out.
The veterans do a lot, too.
Yes, and the veterans do a lot.
Yes.
The veterans, well,
I'm one of the original members, way back. I'm a life member there. And like I said in the beginning, that the Amvets is the main supporter of this Central Florida Salute.
right.
And I'm very appreciative, for the support, because that's what we want to do. We want to get the word out about our veterans.
And we thank you for educating the children in our community, adults as well as children,
I've got
about,
I got a good partner that's over there,
Yeah.
She's helps me out a lot. When I mess up the camera, she fixes it. Yeah, he's a good partner.
Yep.
But and we're open every day, right?
yes, every day, 11 to about 10 a.m. 11 a.m., I'm sorry, to 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was the main thing that you've done that you feel especially proud of?
We had a baby shower for a girl whose husband was deployed, whom none of us really knew. But we found out about her. We found out that she had gotten married. She was pregnant. He got shipped off. And her family was out in, I believe, the Midwest somewhere. So basically, she was home alone here in Leesburg. And so we did a baby shower for her. And it was just fantastic. I mean, she just was crying the whole time, but tears of joy. And that was about 6 or 8 years ago, I think, that we did that.
It's a two-way street. It's good that veterans organizations get involved in the community, and it's even better when the community gets involved with the veterans organizations.
Yes.
Because together we can make a difference. And Claudia, I was with you and Judy and a couple of other ladies just the other day. And what did you do? What did we do?
We presented a check to Mr. Ike.
Ike Fritz, our buddy Ike.
Yes, and he was very appreciative about it. Then afterwards, we were all sitting down talking, and he said him and his handler were both stationed in Germany, so we talked a little bit about Germany. I was born there, but I wasn't raised there. I was born in '64 of November, came to the States in 1970. So this is all I know is the United States. So to me, this is my home. But it was kind of nice to hear some of the stories that he had, and we kind of talked a little because I did know a little bit of German. Not much, but we kind of understood each other somewhat.
Yeah.
And then we also were nice to tell you that we sponsor you, and we had given you a donation also. And I think that is a worthy cause.
Yeah, he does tremendous work, and he's taking off, I think, this week.
Yep.
And he won't be back till August.
No.
Right. He's
no.
gonna be a busy
And he
bee,
promised to make us dinner when he gets back. He's going to make us his famous lasagna dinner.
Yes, he loves
Claudia
to do it.
and I are going to go over to his house personally and have dinner with him.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
he loves to cook lasagna.
Yeah.
But he got a little upset with me when I asked him not to smoke it. It's best when it's smoked. I said,
Right.
Well, it's personal
I know.
preference,
Try it. You
It's
may
good
like
either
it.
way.
You
It's
never
good either
know.
way.
You might like it.
I did.
Yeah.
But I prefer it the other way. That's me.
I was
Yeah.
taught you at least try it, and if you don't like it, you don't have to eat it. So I tried. I'll try it. I never had
That
smoked
didn't work at
lasagna.
my house. You don't like it, you eat it because you ain't getting nothing else.
That's right.
With my mom, you had to, but when I was with my dad, it was a different story. He said, at least try it. If you don't like it, then you don't have to eat it.
So how large is the Amvets? I mean, I know they're in just about every state, right? And
Yes.
anybody idea how many members there are and how many posts there are? It's not as big as the Legion as the VFWs.
No, what I understand, I think they're between 60 to 80 Amvets posts in the state of Florida itself. And you figure about 2,000 or 3,000 members through the whole United of Florida. Give or take, you know.
I would say more than that.
Right. I mean, they're growing about every time you turn around to go to the bathroom. And you know how that is.
Yeah, well, Mount Dora in 1992, and Mount Dora is the biggest one east of the Mississippi. And I forget how many members they have. I know the Amvets have over 500 members. As Claudia said, the ladies have, the ladies have 353, and the sons have about 158,
Yeah, somewhere
I believe,
around there.
somewhere around there.
And we just all work together to try and do what we can for the veterans and for our community.
Yeah, you ladies participated in an event I filmed, which I didn't screw it up, but I filmed that one, the retirement ceremony,
Yes.
the flag retirement ceremony.
Yeah.
So you do a lot of ceremonies too, and
Right. Yeah, both Claudia and I were members of the Honor Guard at our post for about 6 or 8 years, and then it actually disbanded because they just couldn't get any Amvets or any, I say, men or women to basically step up. So we had your good friend Bill Warner was part of our Honor Guard, and my husband was the commander of the Honor Guard at one time. He has since passed. And so it basically disbanded because we just
hopefully,
didn't have
hopefully it'll come back.
yeah,
You know, that's what we're
participation.
here for. We're here to encourage all those veterans out there and
And the
wives and husbands who could join the auxiliary, whatever.
Right. And the criteria for the Amvets is you just have to have served and been honorably discharged. They don't have the qualifications like the VFW that you have to have served in a foreign war. So if you served stateside for the whole time that you were here, you're eligible for the Amvets. And unlike the Legion, where you had to have served during a conflict or a war,
I think they may have changed that. I was going to look into that when you mentioned
Yeah.
it the other day. I think that they may have changed some of the requirements for the Legion. And I'm a past commander of a Legion post up in Connecticut, but I obviously don't go
well, you
there
need
that
to look
often.
into that, Bob,
Well,
so we can get our stories straight.
yeah. Check us out. Maybe we'll get a news flash on that.
Okay, that would be good.
But yeah, they all do great work, and so. But anyway, you have a web page. Somebody wants to look you up.
Yes.
Facebook page.
I believe it's under Amvets Ladies Auxiliary on the Facebook page.
2006.
2006. We have somebody that is very good at it and keeps it updated constantly. That way you know what's going on from day to day, week to week.
But the
month to month.
Post itself has one too.
I believe the Post does, but I'm not sure how they have it. They probably have it under Amvets Post 2006, but I'm not sure how often they keep theirs updated because they've been having some issues of keeping somebody to try to do it because everybody's busy. Besides having a life, you can't constantly have somebody there, so they do their best as they can.
Yeah, I know that the Post has been really busy. With the parking lot now, they're putting a new paving the parking lot, so they've been.
They got about half of it done already.
Yeah, but they gotta get the rest of it done this week
I think
because they got some big event coming up.
Yeah,
But we don't want to talk about that because it'll be over with before this airs.
That's right.
So anyway, you're open up from 11 to about 10 every day of the week. They have specials going on at lunch, and
They have a Friday night fish fry, and anyone is more than welcome. They do bingo on Wednesday nights. There's a lot of people that love bingo. and a lot of people love fish. You're more than welcome to come down on a Wednesday or a Friday night. Ring the doorbell. They will sign you in as a guest, and you can check us out, see what we're all about, and see if you'd like to join us and be a member.
And they also do, they call the music bingo on Saturdays.
Oh, yes.
Right, from 6 to about 8.
How does that work?
That you come in, they play some kind of music, and there's a sheet of paper. They play like 3 or 4 groups of it. And what they do is you got to either get it a straight line or diagonal or whatever. And that's,
So you got to be able to say who sang it or what?
yeah, you
The
mark
title.
down the title of the song,
Right.
and they have a little TV on, so where it has it up there too, because some
Oh,
of
you
us-
got the object is to name that tune.
Yeah,
Exactly,
name
yeah.
their tune.
So they have a 20-second song clip, and you have a bingo sheet with the 4 or 5 across, and they allow 1 free space, even though there is no free space. And so if you get 4 out of the 5, then you yell bingo.
Yeah.
And then you got a chance to win either a free dinner or a free drink, you know, whatever is going on in the next few weeks. And, you know, so far we've been having a few people. Right now it's kind of getting slower because pretty soon the northern will be going back up north and all that stuff.
The snowbirds.
The snowbirds. But you're still welcome to come out and try to have some fun.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Claudia, any particular event or something over the years that you want to talk about?
Well, as you guys all know, I'm the Florida National Cemetery rep, and right now I'm helping them with raising money for the monuments out there. You can go to the Florida National Cemetery website, or if you want to come by the Amvets post and have a check written out, put it on the memo for the Florida for the monument, and we can get it out there. Also, if you're ever out to one of the cemeteries, if it's not the Florida National Cemetery, go by one of the military men and women and visit their grave and leave a penny. You can go on a website that lets you know what the coins, each coin's means about it, like the quarters, the nickels and dimes, mainly the ones who were with the military, the ones who are allowed to leave that. The pennies shows them that you had come, the loved ones, that somebody had come to visit the veteran. And afterwards, they collected like every week or every other week what coins there are there, and it helps with maintain the cemetery, helps with the cost of free burial for some of the military men and women, and whatever else.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah. I found that out when I was looking at something, and somebody kept telling me, well, how come there's coins there? And I said, well, let me check and find out. So I found out about it, and I said, you know, that is interesting. And I went in February, the last Thursday of February, and visited 6 men and women, and I left a penny. And I told them, thank you for this service.
And they were members of our post, correct?
Yeah, most of them were members of our post, except for one was a friend of mine. She asked me if I wouldn't mind if I'm in that area to visit. And I said, yeah, and I'll leave a penny. And I usually have my phone camera with me, and I take a picture so they know that, because I let one of them know because she was very close with her husband, and her husband didn't quite smile as much, but when he seen me, got him to smile.
And if I might mention, we have a wonderful Veterans Park on Meadow Street down in Leesburg, Florida, near the National Guard Armory. And if you haven't been there, take your husband, take your kids, teach them a little bit about history. They've got a beautiful Vietnam Huey helicopter there. They've got a Korean War monument. They've got a World War II monument. They've got a monument dedicated just to the women who served during the war. And they have an Air Force monument also, and it's on a little pond, and there's a cement walkway all the way around. It's very handicap friendly, and you can just go down there. If any veterans wanted their name on the wall, I believe now there is a $20 charge, but if you're in Lake or Sumter County, you just produce your DD-214 and you take it down to the Monument Place on 441 across from Canal Street and give it to them with your donation, and they will make sure that your name gets on that wall.
Yeah, Jerry Sexsmith is running that.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
he was a Navy, career Navy.
It's well worth the trip. We've bought quite a few bricks down there for our past commanders. I know we bought one for the Auxillary, actually, was buying these bricks, not myself. But we bought one for my husband and for Shirley Siegler's husband and several of our ladies members who did so much for the veterans, and to honor them and have their children have some place to go. We did it for one of our past commanders because he was buried up in Pennsylvania. His wife is still here in Leesburg, so it gives her a place to go and say hello.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, one of our family members, the same thing, that their loved one was buried up north somewhere and they had no other place. You know, they can't travel all the time to go visit, so we told her we see what we can do, and we got a brick, and they were very honored and blessed that we were nice enough to do that for their loved ones.
Yeah.
And to honor a veteran, if you wanted a brick, the bricks are, I guess, $60. And you can honor actually almost anyone, whether they were a veteran or whether they were a member of a veterans organization. Maybe they were part of an auxiliary or a sons group that just did a lot for veterans, and you want to honor them in that way. And that money helps to maintain that memorial.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I been there several times. I used to go there. I did one show that's on my YouTube channel with my good friend Wally Lambert.
Yes, and I was
World
there
War
for
II
that.
when
Yeah.
Wally was,
And you did a nice one for the Korean War veterans also.
Yeah, well, I try to do it for everybody,
Yes,
you know.
you're
It's,
just
it's a
wonderful,
brotherhood, sisterhood, you know.
Yep,
And
absolutely.
in fact, I did a show there with the national commander of the Amvets. Two of them. Actually, one show I did. The other one I just gave a tour.
Right.
But the lady that, and I can't think of her name right now.
You're talking about the national
The
commander.
national commander.
National
From the ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was very, what I understand, she was very impressed and was very thankful that somebody was nice enough to do that for her, show her around and everything. Was very appreciated. What I've
We
heard.
took her around, and the members of the Post and I, and then my partner over here, Sue, and I went down to Orlando, and when they had your convention,
Right.
and we interviewed her,
Nice.
and unfortunately, I cannot remember her name. Right.
I can't either, and the bad thing about it, she was our national commander from last year's for the national, and it just kind of went over the head. But she
Was her
was
husband one of, it's not Patty Pining?
no,
No,
it's
okay. Because she was one of our past
yeah.
national
No, this one was
presidents.
recently. She's, yeah. I can't think of her name right now.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think we're going to wind up now, ladies. I appreciate everything you do. I appreciate the support for our not-for-profit, and but it's time to say goodbye.
Okay.
We appreciate all the veterans, too. Thank you, veterans.
Well, we're going to say goodbye, and this is how we do it. You remember, right? Mm-hmm. All right. To all our veterans out there, active military and their family, we salute you for all you do. Until next time.